Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to solve the daily challenge given in the skill rack. Okay. Today's daily challenge is smallest integer value. The title is smallest integer value. The question says we should accept any integers as the input. So then we must print the smallest positive integer yes. Smallest positive integer yes, which is not equal to the okay. Let's start it from the beginning. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to solve the daily challenge from the skill rack. The question title is smallest integer value. Okay, the question says we must accept n integers, then the program must print the smallest positive integer yes, smallest positive integer yes, which is not equal to the sum of any combination of integers among the given n integers. Let's see with the example. So n is equal to 6 here, n is equal to 6, that is the number of integers is equal to 6. The integers are 1, 2, 4, 9, 5, 1. The output is given as 23. Let's see how with the explanation. The explanation is the integer 1 is not possible as 1 is present in the given 6 integers. Yeah, absolutely. 1 is present here, so we cannot print 1. What they are saying is if the array, if the element is present in the array, or if the combinations, like if we are checking with 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is present in the array, so we should not print 3 also. Okay, that is what they are saying. So let's check it with every numbers. So we are starting it with 1. Why we are starting it with 1? Because they are asking the smallest integer value, smallest positive integer. Okay, not negative, also smallest positive integer. That's why we are starting it from 1. So starting it with 1, we are checking it. So 1 is not possible to it, not, I mean it is possible with that array, so we should not print it. Okay, it is possible, so we should not print it. 1 is possible, 2 is possible, 3 is possible, 4 is possible, 5 is possible, 6 is possible. Likewise, all the combinations are there for numbers up to 22. Up to 22, all the combinations are possible. That's what they are also saying. Similarly, up to 22 is not possible. Not possible means we are not possible to print because there is a combination, okay, that provides the same value. So we are leaving up to 22. After 22, we could not form any integer with this with these integers, okay, with the sum of these integers also. So we are printing the output as 23 and exiting the loop. Let's see the second example. N is equal to 5. The elements are 17, 9, 15, 2, 4. Okay, we should check from one, right? Least possible positive integer. Least possible positive integer we should check from 1. Is 1 possible with these 5 elements? Absolutely no, because we can may form a greater number with 1, but with all greater numbers than 1, we could not find any combinations to bring 1 there. Okay, so we are exiting the loop and printing 1 as the output. Okay, so now let's check it with one more example. The example is given here and the explanation part is given here. You can read this and understand easily. So we are not going to explain this because already it is explained in this program. Pause it and see it. Surely get you'll surely get the logic of the question. Okay, the question's logic you are going to get it, but for the program and the programming logic you should see this part. Okay, we have solved this using the C++ programming language, and in this part we are going to explain how the coding works. Okay, we have declared n number of integers. Sum is equal to 1. I will explain what sum has a role in the logic part. Okay, so we are receiving the input c in n. We are declaring array with size n, that the number of elements. Okay, with the number of elements we are declaring an array. Then we are receiving the input. Up to this everybody is clear, right? After that we are going to sort the array. The syntax of sort is sort of arr comma arr plus n, that is number of elements. Okay, this is the syntax. Then we are entering into a for loop to traverse all the elements. Okay, now the array is sorted in ascending order. Okay, if arr of I is greater than sum, we should break it and then print the sum value. we should print the sum value. Okay, initially the value of sum is 1, right? Okay, initially the value of sum is 1. We are altering the sum, else if it is not greater than sum, we are altering the sum value as sum plus or equal to ARR of I. We will explain the execution part here in the logic. Okay, let's take it with the example 21681. Okay, n is equal to 5, ARR equal to 21681. Okay, we are sorting the array in ascending order. We know the ascending order of the sorted elements is 1 1 2 6 8. Okay, so this is the sorted array, and initially we have taken the sum as 1. Initially we have taken the sum as 1. Now let's get into the for loop. In the for loop, initially I equal to 0. When I is equal to 0, ARR of I is equal to 1. That means ARR of 0 is equal to 1, and initially the sum is 1, right? So initially the sum is 1. So then we are checking the if part. If part is ARR of I is greater than sum. Okay, ARR of I is greater than sum. If it is true, then we should break the loop and print the sum value. So it is false here, right? 1 is not greater than 1, so it is false. So we are incrementing the sum value by ARR of I. ARR of I here is 1, and the sum value is also 1. So sum is equal to sum plus ARR of I, which is equal to 1 plus 1 2. I is equal to 1 here. So ARR of I is equal to 1 again. Yeah, this is 1. This is 1 here. So ARR of I is equal to 1. Then sum is equal to 2. The sum is altered here. So sum is equal to 2 here. Okay. Now we are checking ARR of I is greater than sum. Again false. So we are incrementing the sum by ARR value. We are incrementing the sum by ARR value. It is 1, right? So 2 plus 1, that sum value plus this ARR of I value, it is 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Next, now the sum is 3 and ARR of I is 2. Again it is false. So we are doing the same method. Sum is equal to sum plus ARR of I. Sum equal to 3 plus 2 equal to 5. Let's go to the fourth element. Okay, let's go to the fourth element and check it. The fourth element is 6. Okay, ARR of I is 6 and sum is equal to 5. Here ARR of I is surely greater than sum, so we are breaking the loop and printing 5. Also we shown that in that question part itself that 5 is going to be the output, and we explained it how, right? So let's check it whether the program is giving the same result or not. Okay, let's check with let's check their question first. They have given the question as 6 integers 124951, right? 124951, 6 124951. The program output is 23. Let's check it with our input. 5 number of integers, let's give it as 21681. This was our question, right? So the output must be 5. Yes, the output is 5,